Yay. Okay. Let's see. So I think we'll split up the presentation between me and Jacqueline today. So we'll kind of just split it right in half, I think. That's okay with you, Jacqueline.
That works.
Perfect. Awesome. So if anyone's here and you want to sign in by scanning this QR code, go right ahead. Be great. Let's see. Nice. Okay. Give that a couple seconds. Okay. Okay. Going to move on now. Let's see. So, thank you everybody for who came today. We're going to be talking about how to level up your production skills with the Animation Producers Guild. So, we'll just kind of go over some like tips and tricks and maybe some stuff you haven't discovered yet that might help you along the way in whatever projects you're on, whether it's for school or personal or what you're hunting for, whatever. We'll offer some advice, some tools to get you started. Let's see. Okay. So you want to improve your production skills. So whether you're a beginner or you have experience, there's of course always ways to improve. We're always the internal students, is what I always say. There's always more out there to learn. So our prize, APG's prize possession is our Padlet here. If we click this, it'll take you to our Padlet. And I can link this in our Discord again for anyone. But if you follow that link, it'll take you here. You can also, I believe, you can find this in our link tree in our Instagram. We have it everywhere. But yes, so this is our resource directory. So here we have, I'll go through it quickly. So we have our club and our animation department links that you can go through. So we have like playlist of all SCAD student films you might want to look at. Just want to see all those. We have the animation pipeline info, so just helpful things to get you started with, some like pipeline stuff here, process stuff. It's quite cool. And whenever we find stuff or need to update stuff, we'll throw it in here just for you guys to kind of get your teeth onto. And then we have shot grid tutorials here. Shot grid's important. And so you can see we have tons of tutorials, which is fun. The animation pipeline templates here from different studios, different individuals you can go through. Essential reading slash listening. We have Chomp. Some of you might know that one from SCAD classes. Let's see. We have some books here. We'll go over some of these books later, but you can find those books we talk about, the PDFs for them in here. And again, you can totally find free PDFs of almost every book online if you know where to look. Typically Library Genesis. I'm sorry, I'm promoting piracy, but I think I think it's a good it's better than paying a lot of money for books and media sometimes. So if we ever talk about a book, I'd go there or whatnot, but I might put some more PDFs I download in here just so it's easier and you don't have to go to any piracy websites. I'll update that later. Bonus animation production resources here. So we have Alison Lockhart's TV animation production class, which is cool. So it's just some resources you can go to help you on your journey. And then the gaming pipeline resources. Again, some stuff here. We have general art resources you can go through. It's awesome. I would love before I graduate to make like a giant Padlet of like all things like separated between like 2D, 3D, whatnot, and everything that like any resource people have like paid for already and they just want to have it be free for other students, they can put it in there. Because I have so much stuff that I'm like, I feel like other people would like this, specifically for 3D, but there's tons of resources. I feel like if we all compile them together, it could be really, really cool. But This is like a mini version of that for production. Anyways, let's head back to our slides. Sorry, this thing is in the way. Hide video panel. Oh, I don't want to do that. Um, there we go. Zoom is always annoying. Okay. Now we're back. Let's see. So, organizational and workflow tactics. So, we're just going to kind of go over some of the strategies that certain productions use. Sometimes they're different. It depends on what you're specifically if you're working on like a personal one or like a school one, the organization might look different than when you get internship somewhere or for like an actual like professionally organized like company, studio, whatnot. It could look different. So just keep your, don't limit yourself. Just always research about like what, if you're looking to work for the studio or whatnot, look into how they set things up or talk to someone who works there through LinkedIn and ask them, oh, like, how do you guys, how is your pipeline set up, whatnot? And I'm sure people would love to answer your questions, but we'll go over a couple just basic stuff here. So production again can look different with different organizational strategies. So we have the waterfall strategy, which is most commonly used organization style and animation. So each step must be completed sequentially before moving on to the next. So it's pretty simple. Brass tacks right there. We have classic waterfall development. Yeah, so this picture, as you can see, the production management, the game design. I'm guessing this is for games. And then art development. What does that say? QA, yeah. And then Big Bang release. So it's just kind of like it's a waterfall. So, and one must be completed till the next one. So again, not everyone does that, but that's a very common one. We have Gantt charts, so a type of calendar graph that shows the steps of the waterfall on a timeline. So here's what this would look like, what this waterfall strategy would look like on a timeline basis. We have the weeks up here. So like these are just some tasks that are to be done through these weeks. So writing landing page copy, approve page copy, review page design, build landing page, code review page. So this is all through these weeks, and then so this is where you would start, and then you again wherever these things land is where you would start these things. Write promotional email, design email, send email, analyze campaign results, plan agenda for meeting, blah, blah, blah. So this is, I believe this is for like just a random project, specifically like a campaign, like website building. So that's just one example. You can use these strategies for a multitude of like, not just for like animation production, but for even just simple projects for web design. If you're helping build a design for um, company or whatnot. Yeah, or like starting what would we say, a campaign for a company, I would say. So you'd have to schedule these things. So production, it always learning these things is helpful in everywhere in your life, honestly, even to like the simple things of like organizing your money or whatnot, like just knowing just how to organize things and how to use sheets, whatnot, where to go for those things is always helpful in every aspect of life, in my opinion. And then we have agile strategy. So industry standard workflow for games. So yeah, so you use a sprints to complete different phases of the process. Sprints usually are around 1 to 2 weeks long. So small chunks are completed one at a time, reassessed, and then another chunk is completed. I don't have too much experience in game production, but I've talked with people who had to make a game for what was it? SCAD Animation Studios. I forget I think it was called Overgrown, yeah. So I kind of talked to them about how they set stuff up. And I believe it was somewhat like this, where again, different phases were like again, like made quickly through, yeah, 1 to 2 weeks long. So it was like small chunks at a time, and then they have to go back on it, and then another chunk is completed. I think that's how they did their setup. Totally check out Overgrown. Super cool game. Super cool design. But yeah, that's one strategy for iterative methodology that breaks projects down into several dynamic phases. And then we have the Scrum strategy, which is a subsect of Agile, which focuses on continuous Sorry, focuses on continuous improvement between sprints and meeting with colleagues frequently. So that's just, yeah, it's just another section of that where it helps like teams collaborate to get the high impact work done. Again, I don't have too much understanding of game production, but I'm guessing it takes a lot of team effort to talk over things and make sure things are working properly, whatnot. Yeah, I might look into more of that to add some game development resources to our Padlet. I think that could be helpful. And then we have Kanban, a style visual organization that includes columns with different steps, phases as tiles under that column. So it's kind of more of a visual understanding of a pipeline, I would say. So it displays like work in a board-like view instead of like um instead of like what we saw earlier with waterfall. So yes, perfect. And then of course, you can look these up whenever you would like just to learn more about them. And yeah, so spreadsheets. I'll do this and then I'll probably hand it over to Jacqueline. But yeah, so do you want to facilitate more structured organization and tracking progress in assets? APG's production Padlet has some templates to help you get started. We looked over those earlier. You could totally go on those to help you get started on whatever you're working on. There's tons of websites also that can help you track production. Yeah, so like ShotGrid, Flow, they change their name all the time. I think it's Flow now, but we always call it ShotGrid, which is industry standard, which is a great one to know because a lot of the work in in professional fields for animation uses ShotGrid. That's a very important one. So I definitely recommend learning it, just getting your hands on it. You will likely use it at some point in your SCAD journey, but it's always good to get a head start on that. So you can look at this tutorial right here, Gillian ShotGrid tutorial. I can put this up later too if anyone's interested. You can also just look this up online. Oh, shoot. Ooh. You can also look this up online. And then other things that will help you get organized are like ClickUp, Jira, Trello. I don't know ClickUp or Jira, but I've looked at Trello, which is good. Let's see, other resources. I would say when in my productions, we would just use a lot of we used Google Sheets quite often for asset tracking, but you could use Canva to like put ideas down or whatnot if you need like a whiteboard for things. Let me think, what else? Yeah, I can't say. Oh, Notion. Oh, that's the one I was thinking of. Notion's a great one. We use that on one of the projects I was on, and it's really helpful. Just to have like it's kind of like a nice like yeah, you have like scheduling in there, you have like places to put resources, landing pages, all that crap. You can find it, you can set it up in Notion. And lots of people use Notion. There's tons of tutorials out there, super helpful. So that's another one, if you guys are interested. And let's see. So, oh yeah, these are examples from APG's Padlet templates. So here's just some like very simple templates for like, yeah, environment prop assets for like a 3D project. So asset name, sub-asset, thumbnail, whatnot, artist, model sheet. And these can get really, you can add, like, this isn't like the baseline. This is just very simplified version. You can add way more slots, whatnot, from these templates if you copy them, which is always good. Just look at what other projects might be doing, and you're like, oh, I should add that. Oh, this is something that needs to be done. I might show actually back to Bones's spreadsheet real quick just to kind of give you guys a look if any of you guys are interested in 3D production or whatnot, 3D animation production, film concept art. Yes, we got that. I'm gonna show, I go here. I'm going to show this spreadsheet. Can I hide this again? Gosh, these keep popping up. Let's see, we have flow there, we have Back to Bones, production sheet slide. Is this the sheet? I think this is the Google Sheet. This is just how we did like for 3D. If it'll pop up here. Gosh, taking forever to load. Okay. We have our production sheet. So we have like a landing page here. If it will show. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous, guys. What? It's taking absolutely forever. If this doesn't work, I will show it later. But but as you can see, we have tons of tabs down here. Oh, there it is. So this is like all the stuff like our table of contents for to find like some like very like important stuff, naming conventions, tags, aspect ratio, just important stuff here. Crew, tons of crew info here. Guides, here's all our guide links, assets. Here's our giant asset sheet. As you can see, there's tons of tabs. There's me, oh my gosh. And we've got like tons of stuff. Tons of stuff. I don't think I'm Oh wait, can you guys not see the sheet?
Yeah, I can't see it either, Caitlin.
Oh, really? What?
Yeah, I wasn't sure because sometimes my internet buffers, so I wasn't
It
sure if
could
it
be.
was that.
It could be. Hold up, give me 1 second. It could be because I'm sharing only one portion. Oh, here we go. See, is that working now?
I still don't see anything. Oh, there we go.
Okay, perfect. Sorry guys, Zoom is so annoying. Thank you guys for shouting out and telling me. But yeah, this is our production sheet for Back to Bones. We have like again important stuff here, everything you could need, important links, our crew document to keep tabs on like everyone's like emails, whatnot. Guides, so you can take these links to go to your guides. We have our asset sheet here, which is what I really wanted to show. So again, you see we have tons of little tabs to know the completion of stuff. There's a Squire, my model, oh my gosh. And we have tons of stuff here. It goes all the way down, all organized. Our special effects. Let's see, cycles, shot lists, our giant shot list. Tons of tabs here, which is helpful. So me and our producer set some of this stuff up, which is sick. Socials, post schedule. As you can see, we don't have to go through all these, but tons of stuff. So it never ends sometimes. So so again, you can base it off of the simple baseline guides we have there. But let's see. Let me go back. Okay. Can you guys see the slide still here?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. Okay, so I'll go to classes. If you would like to start on this, Jacqueline, and I'll pop in if you ever need me for anything, for to talk about anything. I'd be
Okay.
glad to. I will start here.
Okay. So, um, for SCAD doesn't offer too many production classes. We did have one this past winter, production for animation, but it's not constantly offered. However, there are some classes um, that will teach you production skills. We saw some of them. Um, there's the Allison Lockhart course. It's an online class which you can pay for individually to access anytime. We have a Google Project Management certification. It's a self-guided online course to teach you project management skills, and the Mannheim Project Management online course. It offers two production management online classes.
Perfect. Let's see. And we have
And
books.
also, yeah, we have some books. Um, the Producing Animation by Catherine Winder and Zara. It teaches the basics of how production is done in the industry. We have How to Win friends and influence people by Dale Carnegie teaches basic social skills to help you facilitate a healthy work environment and work well with others. And The Now Habit by Neil Foran, PhD. It talks about how work floor strategies for being productive. These are all industry recommended places to learn more, and also in APG's Padlet.
Yes. I also recommend the Artist's Way. And if you have read that one, that is a amazing book. If you ever just want to like kind of come back into your creative self, totally read The Artist's Way. But yes, perfect. We have
We also
internship.
have some internships. They can be tough to get, but one of the best ways to learn. We have the Leica VFX production internship, Disney TVA production internships, DreamWorks production internships, GBH children's production internships, Nickelodeon production internships, Wolf Drop production internships, Golden Wolf production internships, and Warner Brother production internships, and there's a lot more. Definitely would go and research. I have attended some information sessions for the Disney TVA production internships. Um, they can be really beneficial, and even just going to the information sessions can help you see a like clear pathway into applying.
Nice. That's so cool. And were they oh wait, where did you go to the information sessions for that?
So they have like information sessions sometimes like over Zoom. So they had
Cool.
two over this past spring.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, you kind of just go on their website, and
Mm,
I believe there's like a place where you can sign up for emails so you get that stuff to just like come through.
that's so sick. That's really cool though. But yeah, there's always ways to find like different information out there. You just have to research, right?
Yeah.
Truly. Perfect. Oh
And
yeah.
conventions.
Oh yes.
We have the Lightbox in Pasadena, California. It's one of the biggest animation expos in the country. It hosts a variety of workshops and panels alongside with huge artists alley and a portfolio of reviews. We have Animation Y'all, which is Nashville, Tennessee. It just started this year and it hosts a variety of animation workshops with an artist alley. And the Creative Talent Network, CTN, in Burbank, California, it hosts workshops, panels, and artist alley, gives students scholarships, and more. An Icon Conference, hosted in a new city each year. One of the biggest illustration focused expos hosted in the US. And of course, there's always more.
Sick. Have you guys ever like have you or Savannah, have you guys ever been to one of these at all? I was gonna say. Hello?
Yeah.
Can you guys
Sorry,
hear me
I'm
as well?
not.
Oh, you're good. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I've never gotten to go to one of these, which sucks because they seem so cool. But I saw a little bit about the animation y'all stuff just from like just scrolling, and it looked really, really sick. And if anyone in here or anyone who's watching this recording, whatnot, if you guys are gonna be in Savannah for a bit, studying, you should totally see if you can go to animation, y'all, if they're doing it. I believe that's like, are they doing it every year? I'm guessing. Who knows? But because it's way closer than like these than California. So I would totally check to see like the dates on that stuff if they're gonna do animation y'all again, just because it's closer. And if you're in Tennessee, so if you're in Savannah and you're like, oh, I don't know if I have the time to go all the way here, or buy plane tickets and whatnot. Tennessee might be a little easier. Who knows? Or if you're from around there, would be nice. Yeah. Let's see. We have
And
network.
networking.
Oh yeah.
So when you're networking or meeting someone new, you want to prioritize asking for information that is relevant to the job you want. Don't ask them to look at your work for a job. or recommendation. Explain why you like the art or the studio, the artist makes. For example, I really love your use of color and rendering, your visual development, or I enjoy the bouncy rubber house animation style that creates dynamic movement in your work. Politely reaching out will take you a long way, and maintaining your connections you make. So politely follow up with recruiters ever so often within this same email thread, or reach back out to industry pros with big updates to your work. It's also really great because SCAD, if you're on campus, they also host events where you can meet recruiters. There's definitely like one, I feel like every fall for Leica, if anyone's interested in stop motion.
Mhm.
And I think they also had oh, I feel like it's the like a Sony, or
Yeah,
it's
they
one of the
do.
new,
Yeah. I
I'm
for
trying to think.
I forget. Yeah, they have a bunch of like stuff that comes by. Like you just keep your eyes out. Like I feel like I always see some like, oh, that's cool. Like they're coming to stop by and talk. Or the what is it? The career fair, right? That
Mhm.
one's great too. There's always like yeah, little events to kind of get some more information, whatnot. Not just from like, big studios, but also like independent studios, whatnot, successful ones and all that and whatnot, which is cool. Let's see. Go to the next one.
And some closing thoughts. If you don't have much film production experience, find jobs with similar skill sets. Taking notes, organization, file naming conventions, having leadership experience is also great to have. Continuing production roles in films post-grad also continues your experience. Production is primarily personality-based skills, so breaking bad news, helping synergize and motivate the team, maintaining organization and naming conventions for files. Developing your skills as a producer is learning organization and leading teams efficiently.
Yes, I agree. And no, and I agree with yeah, that the sentiment, yeah, that like even if you're not in a role that's like exactly where you want to be, applying yourself by asking yourself, how can I learn the skills or um or how can I use this to add to my like personal like bank of like skills, if that makes sense. Like even if it's like, yeah, a job that's just taking notes, like organization, file naming, whatnot, like apply yourself to it and take what you learn with you and don't like let it stop you is what I think. And then yeah, post grad, continuing to like look out for like projects that might need a hand or whatnot, just to build your experience is always good. So don't get stuck. Like don't ever feel like like I'm not where I want to be. Everyone's further than me because everyone has their own speed on things and has their own like, path is what I say. Don't let get you down. Just keep looking for opportunities and looking for for projects, whatnot. And if you're part of SCAD, there's tons of people and tons of whatnot and tons of connections to make. And even after you graduate, like you maintain those connections and you're still in those discords, you're still in whatnot. And so you have a community where you can look for those opportunities within because those people will also be, wanting to do their own projects or they might go on to work at a studio, whatnot, and maintain those connections because you never know down the line if you would, if that will help you out with getting the job you want, whatnot. And yeah, that's my own little tidbit. But let's see. Is there any questions from anyone in the chat? Let's see. Oh shoot, someone said they were at Lightbox. Oh, let's see. Oh wait, yeah. I'm going to Kalani asked earlier if there's going to be a recording. Yes, there's always recording of these of every meeting. There will always be a recording uploaded. Let's see. A- Anna said she's been to Lightbox. Ooh, would you like to talk about your experience? Or Karina? I think Karina's been to Lightbox too. totally speak up and share your experiences if you would like. Bueller. It's been, oh, it says it was a while ago, so I didn't have the most productive experience. I was super overwhelmed. Oh my gosh. That's so fair. I would also be, if you're going, it def helps to go with friends. Yeah, I agree. I've heard that, yeah, like going with other people is helpful just because you can kind of like amp yourself up to like, or it's nice having someone else with you there. No, I totally agree. Especially because, yeah, you might get overwhelmed and lost, and like having your friends there to kind of bring you down to earth is always good. I agree. Um, I'm glad you went though. That's awesome. So then at least you know when you go back, you won't feel, you get your lay of the land a little bit if you ever do want to go back or whatnot. That's good advice. No, that's great advice. Yeah. Well, if anyone else wants to, Karina says it was overwhelming, but going with friends is the best choice. Yes, I concur. I've heard, yes, the same thing. I'm sure it's a lot of people. Oh my goodness. Well, if anyone wants to ask any more questions, or if you guys want to talk about any experiences, whatnot, let me know or speak now. Forever hold your peace. Let's see. Hmm, let's see. I think everyone might be good. Question mark. This is always the awkward part when you're like, it was a really nice experience though. I got to meet Jorge Gutierrez. Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. I love that. No, that's sick. I would love to. Oh, damn, that's so cool. I actually random like in Savannah, you always meet like sometimes you meet like random people. I was in a bar the other day called Water Witch, and Glenn Powell was like at a table next to me, which is crazy. And he was just like with a girlfriend or something like that, drinking wine. Crazy chance encounter. I know. It was really weird. And I like didn't I don't it's not like I'm like super like Glenn Powell like so I didn't really feel like taking a picture with him. Also, I didn't want to like bother him because it was late at night and he's like trying to drink with his friend and it's kind of awkward. Like I know him from movies, but I'm not like I need a picture with Glenn Powell. Like I was just like this is a cool story to take with me. But that was pretty cool. So you never know who you'll meet in Savannah. Yeah. No, I was thinking, I know that like Greta Van Fleet, like a lot of their members are from here, so they're always like they come to Savannah every now and then, and, like not like for like a show or anything, but like undercover. So I've met like a couple of professors who have met some of their mates or band members. So cool. Right, you never know. So keep your eyes out, I guess. But what was I thinking? Yeah. Think, let's see, anyone else? Okay. Well, if there's no more questions, unfortunately, I just realized our remaining meeting time is going down because my membership, I changed my card so my membership didn't go through for Zoom. So I used to have like multiple hours and now I only have 40 minutes. So I don't want to get cut off, but thank you guys for I'm gonna stop the sharing here. But thank you guys for coming and for yes, and for talking with me. This is great. You guys are awesome. And this meeting will be, of course, recorded and uploaded um into Discord. I believe which tab? I always forget what tab it is. This is bad. Let me check real quick. It is the APG events tab. So if you look under events, APG events, all our recordings are right there. So anyways, well, I'm going to say bye to you guys before this meeting ends because I don't want to get cut off. But thank you, Jacqueline, Savannah, and everybody. Thank you, everyone who came. You guys are great. Awesome. Well, I'll talk to you guys later, okay? Perfect. I'll see you guys later. Well, of course. Bye, guys. Let's see. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bro, the freaking meeting ended. I was gonna get cut off, but I'll write it out. Let's see. Okay, perfect.